Hi and greeting everyone. My name is Jabesh Talan. So today we are going to have a discuss about the accident at the workplace. I had invited three panel to discuss with us about the accident at the workplace. Let me introduce them first. Our first panel is Fazera from Tenaga Nasional Berhad. Second is Mike Dixon from Sony Sindran Berhad, and third is Shahidah from Konicha Minolta Berhad. Uh, Before we start our discussion, let us watch one of example video that had happened during working hour. Okay, we have done watching the video. So, what is your opinion, Fazira, about this video after watching it?
Firstly, thank you Jabesh because you had to invite me in these discussions. From this video, we can see that this situation happened because we neglect occupational and safety act. In my opinion, this accident will not happen if the two workers adhere to the ethics that have been set in the factory and are not negligent in doing work while the machine is operating. Other than that, from my observations, this accident happened due to two of these employees being negligent and another friend turning on of this machine without seeing this friend who was putting hand on the chopper, and this accident has resulted in injuries to one of the employees. What can I say that while doing our work, we should always be displaying and perceive the value of Oshe in every work done to ensure that things like this accident be avoided from recurring. That's all my opinion in this video.
Okay, thank you, Fazira, for your opinion. And what about you, Shahidah?
Thank you, Jabesh, for inviting me to this group discussion. I think Fazera point is a great one, but in my own opinion, I think that this accident can be stopped if these two workers are not being careless. Why I say that this accident can be stopped if they are not being careless is because If one of the workers who turning on the machine look around before she turning on the machine, she could save her friend's hands from being chopped by the chopper, while the other friend who place her hand onto the chopper, if she do not put the hand on the chopper, her hand can be saved. I also think that this accident can be stopped if before they start their work, they should check the condition of the machine. Is it in a good one or not before we start the work? But we also know that the machine does not have schedule when it can be breakdown sometimes. So what I can say is we should take extra precautions if any machines are broken down or not, and the workers should follow the occupational safety and health rules by taking care of themselves. So, Mike, what is your opinion and what are you going to say?
Hello everyone. Thank you for your suggestion. Thank you for your opinions also. And what is my opinions about this video is there is a miscommunication between the workers and they're not doing a proper procedure between them. So when this accident occurs and there is a connection between our topic, which is need to remind about our rules of our legal requirements in business management, which mean when this accident occurs, they there will be a problems for the company whether they not whether they need to withholding the information, they need to investigate it properly, and they need to protect the reputation of the company in business, where they need to show their integrity and need to face the failure where they need to inform the public on what happened. So in order to protect it and in order to save the image of the company, they need to do a public apology and need to be responsible, and they also need to be avoid the bribery, even though need to save images of company, but they need to avoid it because it against the ethics in our law. So that's all from me for now for this first opinion.
Okay, thank you. It was a great discussion with you guys. So, practically every company will practice this Oshe, right? Can you tell me, Shahidah, how is your company deal with it?
Okay, Jay, I believe that it is not only at Kaunika Minota but also other company or factories that practice OSHA will have experience with workers that had accident. Okay, in Kaunika Minota, if any workers are having injuries during their working hour, this OSH can protect their family and themselves also. Why I say like that? Because if some of workers had a serious accident, it might affect their work and they might lose their work. So this OSH is so important for every company to practice, because OSH can help to reduce the cost of medical and can also apply the medical sick leave for the workers if their PE which is suitable for their work, and also making sure every machine, everything in the factory is safe for every workers. But our factory are really going to avoid any workers from accident. So before working hour start, we must make sure that every workers following the SOPs that we had made for them.
Thank you, Shahidah, for the inquiry. In my experience, working as one of the staff of Tenaga Nasional Berhad TME, to maintain the safety of employee, where every employee will be training in all kind of employees. In addition, one one of the features of Oshe available in TMB is that the safety of employee is highly cared because TMB will bear private hospital bill for its employee who have the health problem. Other than that, TMB will also provide compensations if its employee suffer permanent injuries while carrying out their duties. The employee will also not be dismissed without receive any compensations. That's all I can share with you guys. So, how about your company, Mike? You can share some experience that you have in your company?
Hello everyone, thank you for your suggestion and thank you for your audience for your time to have in this discussion. So, how about my company? So my company need to apply the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, which is Act 514, where my company need to be responsible of the employer, and where they need to provide a safe working environment for the employee, because this is important in order to protect them, in order to uh, you know to have a employee feel safe when they doing their job, and they can stay long, and they can doing all the job and become a productivity and be more precise and helping the company to progress more. Yeah, and then they need to apply the safety and health and welfare of person, which is in order to be responsible on what they're doing. So they need to follow the Factories and Machinery Act, which is 1967, for Act, not from, which is Act 139, where machine need to be maintained and machine need to be safe to be used uh, in order to make sure the employee have a safe working environment. Okay, so for me, thank you.
Okay, thank you to all of you. That was a brilliant discussion. From this discussion, we can conclude that safety and health uh, tend to be the most important thing in management of a company to avoid this kind of accident happen at the workplace. Okay, this is all our discussion. Thank you and see you again.